Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody! In this video, we're going to react to Joseph Carlson and his justifications for buying Chipotle stock! That's right, Joseph Carlson has bought Chipotle. Do you want to know why? Here's my suspicion. He's going to do a bunch of chattering in this video, blah, 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 blah. Why do I think he's buying Chipotle? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Chipotle is up 302% in the last 5 years with a forward PE of 38. I think Joseph Carlson's maybe buying Chipotle for some very interesting reasons. I wonder what they are. So let's go ahead and react to my hero, my boy Joseph Carlson. He's just a nice guy trying to sell qual trim my ball trim, right? He's not gonna hurt anybody. Let's watch his video and let's hear some of the ridiculous points he makes.
Convinced the company had a very good long-term prospect. And although I'm extremely bullish on every one of these companies, I really would feel comfortable owning all of them. I did end up adding one of them to the portfolio this week. Is it Fair Isaac, Marriott, Chipotle, Moody's, Visa, MSC Global? Some of you know that are part of the Patreon and Discord. Let's go ahead and look at the new pick here.
If you signed up for my Patreon and Discord, bro, you would know that I'm a Chipotle, bro. Man, you mean I have to wait like 2 days to hear that you bought a stock that went up 300% in the last 5 years? Man, well, tickle me pink. So he bought Chipotle. Let's hear why.
We have Chipotle, the fast casual Mexican grill. I know, this is a bit surprising. A lot of you are probably confused of why I added this company, and I want to explain that now.
I'm not confused at all. Okay, so here's Joseph Carlson's portfolio here. At least his slices, his food companies. We got Texas Roadhouse at 82.2%, and we got Chipotle at 17%. Now, his target is to get Chipotle to 40% and Texas Roadhouse to 60%. Why does he have an 82% allocation to Texas Roadhouse and a 17.7% allocation to Chipotle? Pure randomness. Here's a big problem with buying individual stocks. I've noticed most people's portfolio are just random. They're just random. Random percentages, random weightings, random allocations. You know what my portfolio is? It's the total world market. You know what my allocation is? The market cap of the market. That's right. My portfolio is market cap weighted. My stocks are weighted at the exact position that they should be. Joseph's weightings is just whatever he feels like doing, which is no strategy at all. Okay, it's just random clownery. That's what Joseph Carlson is. Buying random stocks that go up a lot. Let's keep listening.
Now, before you race to judgment, a lot of people like to jump in. They like to do this with any new company. They come in and they look at the price of the company. It's trading at a very high dollar amount. They look at the PE ratio and go, Joseph, this company's at a high PE. This company's overvalued. Look at that valuation. How could you buy a burrito place at a 35 forward PE? How does that make any sense?
I mean, if it's growing earnings quickly, you know, above, and it grows above the market's expectations, yeah, you can get a pretty good return. Just because it has a lower high PE doesn't mean it's under or overvalued. But I've noticed a lot of high PE stocks, when they miss expectations, they get absolutely annihilated. That's what happens to growth stocks. They go up and up and up and up, and then all of a sudden the story falls apart, and it can happen to any stock, and guess what happens? You get nuked, bro! But it can't happen to Chipotle, right? We'll see.
Calm down just a minute and let me explain the reason I added this company to the portfolio. It has a lot more to do than it being a burrito company or having tasty food. It has a lot more to do than the immediate PE ratio it trades at. What I plan on doing over the next couple of minutes is giving an overview of the real reasons that I bought into Chipotle, and it fits within a bigger, grander scheme than just this company specifically. See,
it went up a lot.
As I was looking at my portfolio over the past year, I was looking at companies and industries that I believe will benefit the most from artificial intelligence and robotics. And when I look and do analysis on this, most people are driven to tech companies. They believe that tech companies will be the biggest beneficiary from AI and robotics. And that may be true. I think these companies will benefit to a big extent, but I think there's other industries that are going to benefit heavily from robotics, optimization, and AI. And in particular,
everything is probably going to benefit from AI. Any industry is going to benefit that. I think a lot of the profits will probably go to tech companies because they'll be selling a lot of the software that has AI. But yeah, I think most industries are going to benefit from AI. Who's saying that most industries will not benefit from AI? But Chipotle is the one that's really going to benefit from AI? Is it a tech stock now? Tell me more, Joseph.
In particular, I've always thought for a long period of time that restaurants will be one of the main beneficiaries of this.
Okay, but before we continue, once again, we have a random weighting of his portfolio. I hate to interrupt the Chipotle roast. He has a random allocation. 34.3% financials, 22.2% tech, 11.7 restaurant, 11.5 real estate, 10.3 industrials, and 9.7 consumer. Where are these percentages coming from? He's pulling them out of his butt. There is no strategy whatsoever in this portfolio. This is just a random portfolio of random stocks bought at random weightings. Sometimes it might do better than the market. In the long run, it'll probably do worse than the market. But you know what? Joseph Carlson really knows what he's doing. Trust me on that. These are well thought out allocations.
In fact, I've done episodes highlighting how I believe companies like McDonald's, companies like Chipotle, companies like Wendy's are going to have massive benefits from robotics, automation, and AI. So when I look at
You can get all of those in the index.
this industry, I see huge potential here over the next decade for greater amount of automation and higher margins. Now, I already have one restaurant company, which is Texas Roadhouse, but I don't think that Texas Roadhouse is comparable to Chipotle because although Texas Roadhouse sells food, and that's a similarity, their business models are different. Texas Roadhouse is a sit-down, dine-in restaurant where you mostly eat at the location. They have very small amounts of takeout and they have no drive-through. Chipotle is a fast casual restaurant, meaning that most people don't go into the restaurant and sit down and get food. That's the way around 40 to 50% of the people eat, but around half of them get it to go, either through delivery like DoorDash, or they get it to go through the Chipotle. They pick it up and go. So even though both of these companies work with food, they are vastly different. And Chipotle is even different than a lot of other fast casual restaurants. And what I'd like you to do when we look at Chipotle...
Okay, what percentage of people sit down at McDonald's and go through the drive-thru? Who freaking knows? At the end of the day, they sell food, okay? You buy food, you make it, and then you sell it. If they sell food. Is this an AI tech company now?
is rather than view this company as a burrito or Mexican food place, view it as a business model. That is what we are doing analysis on. We're not buying steaks, we're not buying burritos, we're buying business models. So let's go ahead and talk about the business model of Chipotle. The core business...
That's what they do. They make freaking burritos. Oh, but it's a business model. When somebody talks like that, that really gets my suspicions up. Because that kind of sounds like all the clowns in 2020 and 2021. Oh, it's not this isn't this is that. Tesla's not a car company, even though it has the margins of a car company, and 90% of their revenues come from cars. No, it's actually a future AI bubble clown company because XYZ. They make burritos, okay? That's what Chipotle does. It's pretty simple.
Business model of Chipotle relies on creating an enhanced fast food experience, combining elements of fine dining with convenient and quick service restaurants, creating value for customers by offering quality foods that are perceived by most, as being healthier alternative to many other fast food competitors like McDonald's or Burger King. The dining environment and efficient service creates a fast casual experience. This fast casual experience resonates particularly well with middle and upper class individuals, people that make more money and have more predictable household income. This demographic of customer makes Chipotle stand out from the rest of the competition. Chipotle tries to combine two different aspects. They want their food to be incredibly fast. They want it to be faster than McDonald's, faster than Burger King, but also high quality. That second part is very difficult to accomplish. Creating fast food is one thing. Many companies can do that, but to create food very fast that's also high quality and somewhat healthy makes it much more complex. And historically, trying to combine these two things, both fast and high quality, is difficult to do, and most restaurants focus on one or the other. They don't want to be both. McDonald's is fast. It's not high quality. Chipotle is trying to do both of these at the same time. The way that you measure how fast a restaurant is through a measurement called throughput. That is how many people can go through the restaurant and get their food within a 10-minute time period. Chipotle's throughput can turn over around 300 customers per hour on average. The way that Chipotle is able to accomplish this incredible throughput through their restaurants is by having their specific ordering system. You've seen this now at probably a lot of restaurants because there's a lot of them adapting the same type of operating model to some extent, but they have an assembly line where all the food is laid out in a table in front of the customer, and then they move from left to right constructing the perfect burrito or burrito bowl. The workers on the assembly line each take ownership of a small segment of the work. The division of labor makes it so that there's a lot more efficiency when going through the line. This sets them up for consistency across the entire process, as well as making it much quicker overall. And Chipotle is doing advanced logistics, things with AI to recognize demand in different parts of the restaurants that make
They're doing AI, logistics, and AI. They have an assembly line, and each worker has a specific section of the assembly line that they work on. I've never heard of this before. This is genius. This is going to change the world. I have never been to another restaurant that has an assembly line like this. Only Chipotle has this. Wow. Their moat is really strong. Their food is high quality, and they have an assembly line, and their logistics use AI. Wow. No other company does that in the food industry, right?
make it so the company can increase this over time. That is the fast part of Chipotle. That is the fast food part, making it so that you get in and out of the store quickly. The last thing that they want is for people to look at Chipotle and think it takes forever to get my food there. That is one of the biggest things they're trying to accomplish, is increasing throughput, and they've made big advancements on that in the past year. But what about the high quality part? That's where Chipotle is highly differentiated than most of their competitors. They only resource high quality ingredients and prepare their food fresh in stores. They have no freezers because the company believes you can taste the difference between a store that has freezers and one that doesn't. This decision reflects the pricing premium. Chipotle has higher quality food, so they can charge a higher quality price for it. They also only sell full price items and rarely run promotions, which is very uncommon strategy given competitors like Taco Bell that run promotions every day of the week. They're always trying to give away certain parts of their food.
I actually had a Mexican pizza today.
The decisions that Chipotle makes to not have the fast food style of marketing is intentional. They want
Okay, sorry to keep interrupting. This is not a food company. Okay, look at this. This is not what they make. No, it's actually an AI super future. It's a 10x the future promo company, okay? Trust me, bro. It's a business model, huh? They don't make food.
to be differentiated. They want to be looked at as having better, higher quality, more prepared food than most of their competitors. You may notice that Chipotle doesn't include a lot of items that would be off-brand. They don't sell you sugar cookies at the beginning of the line because they know that would be perceived as unhealthy, and they want everything in their company to be real foods. So there's a little bit about Chipotle's overall business model. In summary, it's fast food because you can go in and get it very quickly. You can get it efficiently through a digital app, you can order ahead, or you can have it delivered. Fast is a huge part of this company, and the throughput is a major focus of them. Now, while they're focusing on fast, they're also focusing on high quality. Chipotle wants to make the type of food that you can eat every day and not feel bad about yourself, not feel like you're destroying your body by eating the food. And that's because of the high quality ingredients. And
those Chipotle burritos blow out my asshole with that spicy sauce, I can tell you that.
the overall recipes that are made with health in mind. So you have that mixture of higher quality, fast-made food. Now, the next thing I'd like to focus on when I look overall at these type of companies, and you can include a lot of different fast food type of companies in this category. I think all of them will benefit, but I believe Chipotle has ample room to benefit here, and that is automation and efficiencies. That's the next thing I'd like to focus on. I believe Chipotle is going to be a huge beneficiary of automation, robotics, and AI over the next 10 years. A lot of these things aren't hypothetical. They are things that are happening right now and in the immediate future. We have things like this. This is a robot called Chippy. Not that man there cutting the limes, but we have this right here. This machine called Chippy, which literally makes homemade, fresh chips, and it seasons them robotically. This is new technology. This is efficiencies happening real time. Currently, right now, it's humans doing all of this work. At every restaurant, humans make the chips in the restaurant every single day. So what are they doing? They're investing into Chippy, a robot that could potentially replace the humans, and they're going to start testing it in new locations. This is
Chippy. I love it. Oh, did you guys see Chippy? It dipped it, and then it came up, and then it dumped it in the bowl, and then it added some salt on it. And oh my God, they're fresh chips. You don't think any other company could buy a Chippy and do this? Okay, it's a freaking robot. It's 2023. Is this new technology? Really? It's a robot that makes chips, okay? This is not an advanced robot. I've seen way more advanced robots, and I'm not even a freaking robot expert, okay? Any company can buy a freaking robot that does something that automates their process. What makes it special with Chipotle? But the robots, but Chipotle is better because it... Just buy the index. Why buy Chipotle?
This is one form of automation that will reduce the amount of labor necessary. Reducing the amount of labor means more optimization. More optimization means higher margins for investors. Now, one of the most difficult part of food prep at Chipotle is avocados. These guys sell a ton of avocados because it's in almost every one of their recipes. Every one of their meals on their menu has avocados. So they're one of the biggest avocado buyers in the world, and these avocados have to be hand-prepared by chefs working at Chipotle every single day. The chefs at Chipotle have said that this is one of the most difficult part of preparation. You have to do it by hand. It takes a long time. They have to go in way ahead of the opening of the restaurant to get this prepared, and the employees have complained about doing this task. So in comes the avocado. This is a machine where you can see that they just dump in avocados. It goes through this roller, and then somehow there's magic that happens. A lot of cutting, a lot of tooling, and then there's a shelf of prepared avocados. The only thing left is to mash them. And I believe the reason that they aren't mashing them with the robot is simply so they can say that they're hand mashed. But this is real automation being rolled out in their restaurants. Right now, this is only in a couple restaurants out of their 2,300, but this will be rolled out into more restaurants over the next 2 years. So we have...
Wow, this is definitely not... They have a robot that helps slice the avocados. This is the future, ladies and gentlemen.
Chip makers, avocado preppers, and it doesn't stop there. The grilling is called the most difficult part to train for. Chipotle likes to have their chicken be juicy and be seared on both sides excellently every single dish. They don't want people to have bad experiences with the chicken not being tasty or having a good sear. But more importantly than that, for the efficiencies of the company, the productivity of each restaurant is how long it takes to grill chicken. On average right now, it takes around 16 minutes for Chipotle to grill their chicken. 16 minutes because they use a normal flat top grill where they have to repeatedly turn the chicken over and over until it's seared and grilled on both sides. Flat top grills only heat one side at a time, so you have to flip it over to heat both sides and get that sear on both sides. Chipotle is investing in different ways to increase the productivity of their grill, and this is where the double-sided grill comes in. It's also called the clamshell grill. Some restaurants are already testing out and using this new double-sided grill. Chili's is
a double-sided grill? I've never heard of that before. Like a George Foreman? Oh my god, this is so disruptive.
one of them, and other burger places have invested in it as well. The grill we developed clamps and does the press for employees so we don't have to have a super strong or have long arms. They just bring down the press. That press also creates a more consistent burger. If you go to a Chili's that has this double-sided grill, you'll notice that the burgers are perfectly cooked with smash burger style on both sides every single time. And that's not because the chefs magically got better at the restaurant, that's because they invested in a highly expensive but incredible double-sided grill. And these grills are rolling out in Chipotle. Chipotle actually has more to benefit from burger joints because chicken takes longer to cook than most burgers. Chipotle says that they cut down the cook time of their chicken from 16 minutes to under 4 minutes. Huge savings in the amount of cook time. This has a huge benefit for both the employees and the customers at each restaurant. They can cook chicken more evenly because it does a perfect sear on both sides. They cook it in less than half the time, meaning that they can cook it in smaller batches, so the chicken's more fresh at every restaurant that has this grill. And if they ever run out of chicken, it's only 4 minutes, not 16, that they have to wait for customers to get their chicken. So the benefits of this double-sided grill when it rolls out to new locations is further productivity gains. Now right now, this grill is only in 10 locations. They've been testing it, but Chipotle plans to roll out the new grill to their locations over the next 2 years. They're going to be making that CapEx investment, putting in the large bulk orders, and making this the standard across all of their restaurants. So you can see the theme here. We have robots making chips. We have robots prepping avocados. We have double-sided clamshell grills that give a perfect sear and cut down on cooking time. And then we have the holy grail, what this all culminates to eventually. This seems a little far-fetched, but I just want to follow along here for a minute. Robotic make lines. The make line is the prep line at the beginning of Chipotle where they put the food in the bowl for you or they form the burrito for you. And Chipotle's investing in fully automated make lines. Chipotle announced that they're investing in a company called Hyphen, a food service platform designed to help restaurant owners, operators, and budding chefs move their business forward by automating kitchen operations. The company's first product, the Make Line, is an automated system that utilizes advanced robotics and a customized operating system to give busy kitchens a reliable and precise way to make and fulfill orders. The Make Line assembles all digital orders under the counter via automated production while allowing staff to assemble in-house orders from top of the counter. So this is a fully automated system for making food, for prepping all of it and assembling it. This is the overall holy grail of where all of this automation leads to. Ultimately, I believe long enough down the road that these type of companies that have entrenched market positions and the capex to be able to invest in these type of technologies will benefit dramatically from improved efficiencies. Between digital applications, robotics, and AI, I believe these companies will become heavily automated over the next decade, leading to much greater efficiency and much higher margins for the investor. I've said before that I basically view fast food restaurants as glorified vending machines. They're basically like a traditional vending machine, but instead of spitting out a candy or soda pop, they spit out a hot, consistent meal, one that people look forward to, one that's so efficiently ran, so inexpensive compared to going to the grocery store, that they are the preferred option for all of millennials and...
God, this is stupid. Okay, he's describing almost every fast food place, except the food's a little bit healthier. I've been to plenty of fast food places like Kava or Mazet that have food just like Chipotle, and they have an assembly line, and I'm sure most companies will invest in grills that have both sides. Like, why buy Chipotle over any other food company that he's talking about? He's buying it because the stunk went up. In order to sell his stupid little software, he's got to go ahead and say, I'm buying individual stocks. And here's the crazy thing. You don't think investors and analysts know this about Chipotle? You think Joseph has some crazy insight into Chipotle that somebody else doesn't? No, he doesn't. He's some dork buying random stocks. Some of them go up, some of them go down, but at the end of the day, it's randomness, okay? In order to massively outperform, you have to know stuff that other people don't know, okay? If Joseph actually knew something that was going to make Chipotle insanely more profitable than even the market knows, then maybe he can make some money off of Chipotle. He doesn't have any additional information. People know what Chipotle is doing. I know there's an assembly line. I've done zero research into Chipotle. I know assembly lines are good. I know automation is good, okay? There's nothing special about Chipotle. What a freaking clown. I love roasting this idiot. All right, guys, that's it. Have a wonderful day.